Don't point at me. Don't point at me. Okay, listen.
Look at this lunatic here. Don't point at me. Is a Sharia? Don't point at me. What is it?
Listen, you laugh because you got your little funkies with you, yeah?
Sure, thank you. If you don't, please, thank you much.
Is that right?
Hamza, you see the ailments that are happening.
For goodness sake.
So, Hamza, Christians and Muslims would eagerly be willing and waiting to hear this very interesting conversation.
Listen,
This very interesting conversation. And the conversation, can you see all these Muslims?
We can speak now.
Can you see all the Muslims, the one who was mentally ill, who came close by, who was to be restrained, and many others, all of them would benefit from a meaningful conversation. So that is why I'm going to request you, Hamza. Many of them think that you do dawah. Many of them think that you are able to defend Islam and you are able to spread Islam in the UK. And as you might know, for Islam to spread in the UK, clearly you have to speak to Christians. This is a no-brainer. If you have been cheating others that without speaking to Christians, you're going to spread dawah in the UK, clearly they wouldn't have given into the delusion. That is why, please wake up. You have to speak to Christians, and I am here. I'm making this very easy for you.
Which part of do you not understand?
The part that I don't understand is why would Hamza...
What doesn't he understand?
Why would... I'm clarifying. The part that I don't understand is why would Hamza come to Speaker's Corner? Why would Hamza
Great question.
go around the world to say that he is one of the Dawah mafia?
Great question.
Yet he is unable to defend Islam at Speaker's Corner.
That's a great question.
Why would that happen? Is the part I don't understand.
So is the question, why do I come to Speaker's Corner?
No. Why do you not defend Islam at Speaker's Corner?
Okay, like I said to you, I don't give dawah to Christians because you don't know your own religions and you can't defend your own religion. If you show me you're capable of doing that, then maybe I'll let you ask me questions about
Is that
Islam.
what Muhammad did?
That's what I'm doing.
I know this is what you're doing, and I'd like to let you know, if you're a Sunni Muslim, you better focus more.
I don't care what you think.
Please listen.
I don't care what you think. I don't care about your opinion.
Unfortunately,
I don't care, mate. I don't care, mate.
Unfortunately,
I don't care, mate. I don't care, mate.
Hamza,
don't care, mate. I don't care. I don't care what you got to say.
If you want to follow,
would you like to defend Christianity?
both.
Really?
Look,
You don't want to defend
Oh,
Christianity?
you want to? Okay, Hamza. That's fine. Let's listen carefully.
You're a pussy.
Hamza
Yes, focus.
doesn't have enough courage to defend Islam. He gives a different explanation for why he would not defend Islam, and he wants to focus only on Christianity. What is the topic you would like to engage on in relation to Christianity?
Why do you trust Paul?
Why do I trust Paul? Is that your final question?
Yeah.
Is that the entire topic?
Yeah.
Paul is a liar.
Okay. All right. So if that's fine. Because he doesn't have courage. Yeah. Because he does not. Because Hamza.
Forget about that.
Because Hamza does not have the courage to defend Islam, whereas I, as a Christian, have the great courage that belongs to lions who live in dens, as opposed to Hamza. I don't know where he lives. I have the courage to defend Christianity. I am willing to play by his topic, rules. No problem. Because I am brave. Because I am a lion, I can get into your territory and demolish you. And perhaps later on, you might cry too much when your dawah funds are gone, and then you might want to really work to defend Islam. Okay, so the topic at hand, my dear friends, is Paul trustworthy? Or why do I trust Paul? Which is another way of saying, is Paul trustworthy?
No, why do you trust Paul?
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, fine. How would you like the format to be? 3 minutes each, or what would you like to?
Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to smash you whichever way, whatever you want to do it.
You don't appear like you're going to smash anything. Already, even in your chosen topic, you're stuttering. And so I would like you to first focus
You
right
choose.
now.
I don't mind.
Sure. So format, okay. So maybe you can ask, I can give you okay, let's do this. I am willing, my dear friends, I am willing to play entirely vulnerable to Hamza's terms. No problem. Why? Because I am a Christian. So the topic he has chosen.
Why does he trust Paul?
Why do you
The
trust
topic he has chosen. Why do I trust Paul? Now, I can make myself entirely vulnerable.
For fuck's sake, just answer the question.
And I can tell you, for instance, I can provide a case, you can scrutinize me on my case. How does that work? How does that sound?
You give your response, I'll interrogate your response. All right.
Sure. You see, he is quite happy in being a mouse. That is quite happy with. But that's fine. Because
I'm the
alive-
prosecution, mate.
Say again.
I'm the prosecution. You're the defense.
You are the persecutor right now. Until you clueless yet want to ask. That's fine. Hamza, don't worry. I'm being friendly to you. Maybe in the future you'll do dawah to me. Okay, let's see. Why do I trust Paul? Please.
Yeah, why?
Excuse me. Why do I trust Paul?
Why? Tell us.
From the context and the details we know of Apostle Paul, there are multiple points which are clear. Multiple points which are clear, and I'll make 2 or 3 specific points of them. Number one, Paul was a contemporary to Jesus. To what extent was he an eyewitness to Jesus? Before Jesus' death, burial, resurrection, we don't know. But what we do know is that in his life, he spoke to Jesus personally after the resurrection. So point number one, a contemporary who was educated in the Jewish Torah, who knew the expectations of the Messiah, who got to know of the historical facts, at least as a witness, if not as an eyewitness. That's point number one. Point number one to you. Point number two to you is very simply, the rest of the apostles, in cross-examining Apostle Paul, were quite happy to allow Paul to be their fellow, peer apostle. They were quite happy. Apostle Peter was happy, and the rest of the apostles were happy. Now, Apostle Peter, the rest of the apostles, as we understand, had learnt at the feet of Jesus, metaphorically speaking. So their approval, point number two. And finally, if I could say this, point number three, the message that Apostle Paul preached is the same message in effect anyway as what Jesus himself taught. So you don't even have to actually go through what Apostle Paul spoke in detail. You can cross-verify and even go with what Jesus preached in more simplified form. You will get the same message. So 3 specific reasons to our Mr. Mouse, Hamza, and he can now scrutinize me as well as he wants. Please go ahead, Hamza.
Okay, so your first point was that Paul spoke to Jesus after his resurrection. My original question is, why do you trust Paul? You only know about Paul's experience on the road to Damascus because he said so. So it doesn't answer the question as to why you trust him, because first you have to validate the trust before listening to the words he says. So your point 1 is moot.
Sure.
Point number 2, the idea that...
I thought you were cross-examining me.
No, I'm going through your 3 points, no problem.
Yeah,
okay.
could we do point
number 1 is refuted. All right, okay then.
Point by point. So what is Hamza saying? Hamza is saying my first point is refuted because he says, my understanding of the experience of Paul comes only from the writing of Paul. That is his objection. Now clearly, like I said earlier, he is a mouse who does not understand Islam. And now today, before on record, everyone can see, everyone can
He's a mouse.
Everyone can understand that Hamza doesn't know not just Islam, but even the Bible, even Christianity. Hamza, for your information, maybe you don't know this, there is such a thing called, I am here. Hamza, I'm here. Don't be afraid. You can face me, no problem. I don't
want to look at your face, mate.
Sure. I know I can
ugly,
reflect
mate.
you.
I don't want to look at your face.
I'm sure it's shining and you're feeling
your face
dazzled
irritates
already.
Me. Your face irritates me.
I don't know if you're familiar with this book called the Book of Acts. The Book of Acts was not written by Apostle Paul.
JC, this is so low level. He's asking me, do I know about the Book of Acts?
Well, clearly,
I mean, come on, man.
JC, don't
There's
engage.
levels, bro.
You know what he's doing? when he is
Okay, no, one second, JC.
Instead of listening,
you tell me whether this is fair. No, shut up.
Look at him. Look at him.
Okay.
Look at him.
I ask him why he trusts Paul, and his first point is because Paul says. Why do you trust Paul? Don't tell me, because Paul says this and that happens.
To all those who are sensible, now listen carefully. His entire argument is because Paul says so.
No, because Paul's a liar.
If you can,
because Paul's a deceiver. That's why.
If you don't panic right now. If you don't, Jesse, please don't. Please.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
If you don't panic right now, and rather
too low level for me, mate.
Look at him. What was his point?
It's too low level, man. Flipping heck. He takes like half an hour to tell you how he's going to answer.
As he was exposed.
Too low.
Honestly, it's too low level, man. Too low level. So there you go. I can't be asked. Now this guy's top class.